Welcome back everyone. In today's video, I'm going to build some raised planter beds out of 2x6 from the sawmill. Now this is rough cut lumber, it's not furniture grade or anything like that. This is still very good cedar from right here on Vancouver Island. The stuff that I bought is most suitable for planter boxes and raised beds. If you do have a local sawmill nearby, that's the way to buy this stuff. You can usually get a deal on it, and you can usually get it at a much lower cost than the home store supplies that you would normally get. Probably the easiest way for me to do this is to, and I know this is going to be a little slower, but I'll cut one side first and then I'll use that as a template for the other side, just to make sure that half lap is going to end up in the right place. So I'll start with one side. Okay, so I've got sort of a test run set up here that I've done between the circular saw. So the circular saw makes the initial cut because the board will be lying flat. Is on my initial test, I'd have a piece like this in here. I'd have this attached or clamped to the wood. I might have to use brad nails to actually hold that in place. I make the first cut going upwards. After that, I take it onto the miter saw and I use my dado jig to do the final cut on the miter saw. It seemed to work out pretty well. So after a little bit of adjusting, I've got them fitting together quite nicely actually. So it's a pretty decent joint. To attach it, I've drilled a hole, so I pre-drilled a hole about halfway through because of the thickness of the block. And I'm taking these 2.5 inch screws, which is what I have on hand, and I'm going to sink them in this way. So now the joint is together. Now if you've got some Titebond 3, you could definitely try and glue these if it's going to be completely permanent. Otherwise, just leave it like that. It will expand and contract on its own, but that is the basic joint. Of course, the hole can be facing down, so you're never going to see the holes when I stack each set to make the final box. I'll use some kind of a cleat on the inside to keep everything together once they're all stacked. I think that's going to be the easiest way to attach it. The other option, of course, is you can drill a bigger hole and bore all the way through and run some rebar through it. But because this is cedar, I've decided not to do that. Cedar can split pretty easily, especially when you get close to the end grain, and we want to avoid that. So using the deck screws to anchor the pieces together, I think will be a good alternative. Well, that concludes how to build raised beds out of rough cut lumber 2x6 from the sawmill. Now that I've got this installed in my yard, I can take it apart. I'm happy with the way the joinery worked out, and now I can ship it to the installation site, set it up there, and get it all ready for the client where they'll be using it to plant things very soon. We're not getting frost so much in the mornings anymore, and people are getting ready to plant things, and well, it's not like they have anything else to do right now. So it's a good time to start growing your own food. If you want to keep this channel going, head on over to my donation page right over here. I very much appreciate any support that you can provide. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. There are a couple more videos on this side you can watch. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and have a great day.